welcome to Wolf Farms. I'm Dawn, also known as Knittin' Wolf.
I'm James, also known as Wolf Photo. This podcast is brought to you by Wolf Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net. Every month we have a scent of the month that we discount 25% off. The scent of the month for October is candy corn. So anything in our shop that is candy corn fragrance is 25% off. That's our candles, soap, lotion, lip balm, bath salt. So we have other sales too, so swing on by and see what we've got for you, but I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just want to welcome returning viewers and new viewers alike. We just want to thank you for joining us this week.
And show notes can be found on Ravelry under the title of this week's episode. You can also find us on iTunes, Blip, and the website, which is
wolffarms.blogspot.com?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can never remember that.
Well, it's in our credits, so if you didn't get it down, you'll just watch the last couple seconds of our show. I think we have the links there. So.
Yeah, sure do, Bucky. So, what's been happening with you? Hey, you got a voice this week.
Yeah, actually, I'm feeling better than I did last week. I know everyone probably was aware that I was sick. So I was actually in bed probably half the week. I was pretty much out of it. But I have my throat and voice back and still kind of congested, but I'm feeling much better than I did last weekend. So.
And I didn't get it.
Yeah, and neither did Jimmy, Farmer Jim. They both steered clear of me, so I was fortunate not to pass that along, which is good. So. Yeah. So I'm kind of making my way back to full recovery.
Yeah, and we're back to normal, our normal background this week.
Oh yeah, I got everything put away after cognitive show last week. So.
But it'll only be sitting there for a couple of weeks because we have another show.
Yeah.
That we'll have to get packed up before. And
that's a sad. Yeah, but we get done. We don't have to be there as late, I don't think. Plus, it's not as far.
Yeah.
So.
We had a visitor to the farm this week.
Mm-hmm.
Brookie Sweetie, which is Brooke. She was coming from a wedding, so she stopped by the farm and she got to meet all the critters, and the geese didn't like her.
Our guard geese.
I've never heard them this loud. I mean, they came up squawking and real low, like how they attack the dog. And she goes, "Are they gonna bite?" And I'm like, "Oh no."
I guess they're protective of their
they
area.
are. I was like shocked.
They don't usually act that way around. We haven't seen them other than the dog, our big dog, Gypsy.
Yeah.
They really don't like.
They don't like her at all.
Yeah, they'll go after her.
Yeah.
And the other dogs stay clear of the geese, so it's not usually an issue. But.
And the cats took her down, Cosmo and Trouble. I had a picture because they both climbed right on her lap and wouldn't let her up, but it blurred, so that's it. Yeah, it turned out bad. So we'll put up a couple. How do you like that? Then you know where to stick it. Put up a couple pictures of Brookie over here, and she stayed for dinner before she had her long drive home. And
yeah, she's got a 3.5 hour drive from here back to Fresno, where she's from. So
yeah,
it's a
in
long
the dark.
haul.
Yeah, long, boring drive.
Yeah. In the evening or during the day, and not a whole lot to look at out there. Pretty long. You go through Bakersfield area, which is all agriculture. So
yeah, but it was fun. We did some knitting, and she didn't get much knitting because the cats wouldn't let her. I got knitting done.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
Yep. So other than that, not much. My dad's having another surgery. I haven't really mentioned it. Again tomorrow. So been dealing with that, and
yeah, hopefully they get everything done they need to get done. So
Yeah, so I wanted to thank everybody for all their thoughts and stuff. And Nathan Strap Hanging, who's also, I've mentioned on Plurk, I didn't, because we'd already recorded before we found out the news last week, on his way home from Cognitive, had a massive heart attack. But I have good news now, thank you for all your prayers on Plurk and stuff, that he's already home. And he's doing good, and so it's amazing.
Yeah,
So.
unfortunate that someone had stopped,
Yeah.
when he was able to flag someone down, and then they had the CHP out there helping, so he got attention quickly, so I think that helped in getting him, the attention he needed and over to the hospital and enough time for them to address it, so.
That's some good news this week. Scary at first, but then, because he's Dr. Jim of the Cognitive Podcast, right-hand man for the retreat. I mean, he does a lot, so.
Yeah.
It's like, yay.
So, yeah.
So, guess we get right into the show,
Yeah.
Joe?
Joe?
You're getting a whole new name.
Yeah, what's in your coop?
What's in my coop? Let's see. I know, I was just going to cough too.
Yeah. That's the remaining symptom I have is I'm still coughing.
Well, it's really windy today, and it always messes with my allergies. This is in my Shirley Carolyn bag. And this is the Twilight to Dawn. They're just called Twilight socks in the book, but I call them Twilight to Dawn because I'm using
Dawn yarn.
my Dawn yarn, which is Dancing Dog Dye Works Stripey.
Pink and green, of course.
Pink and green, yep. I guess I could. And the twist sock base, which is totally awesome. That was my English accent. How'd I do on that?
It didn't sound Chinese, so that you're doing good.
On my size.
Who are we talking to about that?
Allison 1031.
Oh yeah, we were.
And Angeluna 20.
Dawn tries to do
accents,
yes. But they all sound Chinese to me.
Not in my head, they don't.
Yeah.
I sound really good.
Australian, English, German, you name it, it sounds Chinese the way it comes in. So, you can imagine it gets quite entertaining here at times.
Yes, it does. Especially when I'm doing my Steve Irwin impression.
Oh, yeah.
Danger, danger, danger. It's for all our Australian listeners. How I can butcher your accent. There we go. So I did all the way here, and then I did my heel gusset. I'm not doing an afterthought heel. I'm doing an actual gusset heel because I haven't done it in like eons, and I thought, it'd be different. And then so from all the way the dicky-do there to all the way here. I've done quite a bit. This is really fun pattern. Because I really like pulling that out. So, yeah. And this is still my first sock.
Looks like the leg warmer.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it will be when you get done.
Yes, it will warm my leg. And that pattern is actually in the 2 at a Time sock book by Melissa Morgan Oakes. And I am not one to ever knit out of my knitting books, so I'm only doing it 1 at a time because I don't like this 2 at a time stuff. And it is...
Yeah, you pretty much said that after you got done with your last 2 at a time.
I've done it a couple times and it's a pain in the booty.
Yeah. Well, you're one to finish your projects though, so it's not like you get a bunch of one socks and...
Yeah, this is the Twilight sock, but I like it on my yarn better. So, there's some really good patterns in here that will adapt really good for striping yarn. Because, what's her Ravelry name? I just totally went blank. I can see her Ravatar, but I can't see the name. But I had seen someone else do these sugar maple socks, which I want to do these in stripy yarn too. And they looked really, really cool. So there's quite a few, patterns in this book that are like perfect for stripy yarn. And there was some manly-isher one. How'd you like that? I can just...
You just make them up on the fly.
Yeah, but anyways, it's a pretty good book, and it's easily to adapt it to one sock. Let's see, this one just actually does stripes, so I thought I'd be good and actually use one of my books to actually, instead of just doing round and round, just plain vanilla socks. So I thought I would
enjoyed
share.
Those.
Yeah, I have. So the other thing in my coop, in my
Turkey beard bag.
turkey bear bag.
Chicken.
Like bird leg bags. Turkey bag.
It's chicken beard on that one.
I know. It's rooster. This is my Ripple Rock shawl. That's with all my patterns being
It's fun to say.
Yeah.
It's like Elf.
Y'all giving me the... It's like Elf.
Yeah, isn't that fun to say? That's one of the lines from the... Sorry.
Pearl Bump design. I think I had this problem last week. Oh, Judy Marbles is the... You'd think they'd put that on the front.
You would think. Let's make it
Make my
challenging
life
for you.
difficult. And this is with the Cakewalk yarn. Talk like a pirate, eh? In the Sincerest colorway, which is for our Harvest Cakewalk knit along. And then it will have the podcast Junkie color weaved into it. Knitted in. I'm not weaving it. Don't listen to me. And this is Cakewalk. So, and you got plenty of time because this is a 2-month knit along, so it's going from, it's October, November knit along, so give you plenty of time. And there's my Dicky Doo. This is on size 5 on the stinky needles. Yep, so I'm really loving this pattern that it's making. It's making like little rocks. Because Charlie Brown always gets rocks in his trick-or-treat bag. I was going to say bah humbug, but that don't really go along with the whole Halloween.
Blending the holiday season together.
You already mixed the elf in, which I've already watched it 3 times this season.
Yeah, Christmas starts early here.
Yes, it does.
Dawn likes the winter hours, the dark at night early, and so, yeah.
We're finally hit cool weather today. Although it's in the 70s, but it's cooler. It's not in the hundreds.
Yeah, we had a little bit of cool weather, a week and a half ago, and it actually got snow on the mountains around us.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of rain, and then...
back in the hundreds this
Yeah,
way.
and then it jumped back up, but now it's back down. It does that every year. Yeah. Always, it's all...
And everybody gets sick.
Yeah, imagine that.
It's all in my coop.
Who'd ever get sick?
I'm glad they wanted to hear your snot.
In my coop, whose bag is this?
Silver pumpkin.
Silver pumpkin. See, you think I'd remember
Faye's
that.
gonna yell at you for not remembering
Silver pumpkin bag.
The cooking chickens.
Cooking chickens. Reminds me of Mrs. Puff on SpongeBob. Sorry. You really wanted to know what I thought, didn't you?
What are you knitting?
I am knitting Grandma's favorite dishcloth, but it's modified to be a baby blanket. And I actually pulled this out. You didn't see it last week. I didn't show it because I was not really doing much last week on the podcast. But I did knit on this at Cognitive, to Dawn's surprise that I actually pulled it out. But I did get a little knit there. We were busy, so I didn't get a whole lot done. And then I've been out of it this week, but I did get a little bit more done. So there's my... Yeah, I'm a slow knitter. I got too many things going on. But I measured and I've got about 10 inches on the edge. So I've got another long ways to go. I think there's supposed to be 30 inch, right?
Well, let's just get it to the
18. So yeah, it's coming along slowly but surely.
You really need to start another project so you have something else.
I'm doing this on the Bernat baby coordinates, and everybody that saw this at Cognitive says, "Ew, no wonder you don't like knitting with that," because it's this really kinky white with this silvery thread through it yarn.
Sue me.
And and so I don't really care for it. Not like I was enjoying my hat knitting. That was fun. This is not.
Well, she gave you more yarn to make a hat.
I know, and I have the.
You still have my cowl shawl you need to make.
I know, but I can't do two things at once. I bet.
Because that would be
as
nice
you can
to
see,
wear for Christmas time.
Yes, it would. You might be wearing a baby blanket. You don't know. I don't know. We'll see how far along this gets. But as you can see, I don't have a lot of knitting time. So if I had two projects, I would just get not a lot done on either one. So that's all that's in my coop. It's still in my coop. Probably will still be in my coop next week. So.
Or next year when they actually have the 3 stitches.
Hey, I'm ahead of schedule for next year's blanket drive. So. No, I work on it when I can. So, but yeah, it's coming along. I'm doing a little bit more.
So since we mentioned that, should we do the prizes now?
Sure.
Okay.
You don't like following your notes anyway, so we just.
Okay, we're going to do prizes now. So see, we're just not consistent with the prizes, so they never know if I'm going to do it at the beginning.
Yeah, you have to watch our whole. See, this is our trick. You got to watch the whole podcast so that because you never know when we're going to do stuff.
We're just going to throw crap out there. Okay, so for the 3 stitches preemie blanket along, we had prizes donated. You look up big eyes at me. We had prizes donated to give you guys a little bit extra incentive to get more blankets sent to them. And I can't remember if she's made a total yet of all the blankets. There was a lot, though. So, the first prize, and this isn't in no particular order, it's just how I wrote it on the notes. This is the bird leg bags, medium bag, with the cute little sheepy. And it's got a, what do you call that thing on there?
The pool? Oh, the carabiner.
Carabiner on there with the cute little, there's nothing in it, so I'm, with the cute little pool and awesome fabric to match the little sheepy's polka dots. Handle. Me like handles. That was flying. And the winner for this on the random number generator was number 49, which is, maybe I should make them wait. Maybe you gotta know your number.
Everybody go rushing over to Ravelry to see who was 49.
Was Mad 79, which is Melanie. So you get the medium-sized project bag.
Good job.
And then, so I'll make her get in touch with me because I want to make sure she hears it. And then we had the, I lost my notes. Oh, Absolute Wonder donated a bag from her shop, which I don't have an example. I have an example on the website, on our website, on this thread. And so a bag from her shop, and contact me and I will get you in touch with her. And that number was 64, which was Sandy Knits 88. So yay! I think she did she did quite a few.
Good job.
Yeah.
put me to shame.
And then the Silver Pumpkin donated one of her small sock bags, like this, the drawstring bag, that you can pick out of her shop. And that winner was number 80, which is April K1P1. April. so woohoo!
Yeah. Good job, everyone, for that.
So those were the bags, and then we donated a $10 Wolf Farm gift certificate.
Yes, we did.
And that winner was number 140, which is Shirley Carolyn.
Yay!
Lost my voice. And I had to chuckle because her dog ate her first one. And she had like a week or 2 weeks to get the blanket in, so she hurried and crocheted one to enter into the contest. I would have been like, forget it. But she's from the Girlfriends Knitting podcast, and she was really, really sweet and mentioned the Preemie Drive on her podcast every week. And told them to mention our podcast, that she heard it from us to go and support us. So that was really sweet. And so I wanted to say a special thank you and congratulations, you guys. Contact me to let me know that you heard this, because I like you to be surprised. And then I will let the Silver Pumpkin and Absolute Wonder know who the winners were. So.
Yeah. And thanks for
all
the hard work.
The hard work and the donations for donating the bags, ladies. That was just really sweet of you and so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And beautiful, beautiful blankets on the... I'm waiting for the cat to jump. It really means a lot to me that you guys took your time, especially with all this stuff going on right now with holidays and getting ready for that you took the time and did this. So I want to thank you.
Yeah, good job.
Yep.
And thank you to everybody that entered, and congratulations to all the winners.
Yep. So now we'll go back up onto the top of the page of the notes
Back
to Flown the Coop. And I have been cranking out the projects this week.
Yeah, you've been.
This Lauren's Limnit Crochet podcast has been doing the fat cow. The finish all the things cow. And so I have been like digging out my projects. And even when this finishes at the end of October, I'm going to still start getting, because I can't stand all these projects that are just sitting, staring.
Calling out your name.
It's like, why aren't you? Because I have a to-do list on my phone that I have projects I've already started in red. And that's like, and then there's like 68 others to do. And it's like, I don't like seeing all that red.
Yeah.
I really like hitting it where it makes the big check. So
yeah, but you still go cast on more.
I know, and I haven't. And my goal kind of thing is I would like to get all these old FOs off the needles, and starting my even star will be my reward. Because I really want to start that, but I see all these projects, and you can't eat my shawl trouble. And so that's kind of my goal with that. Even though I'm wanting to start a tree skirt, I'm wanting to start, the color affection I've been talking about since last February. It's like, So anyways, Flown the Coop. Let's see, where do I start?
Yeah.
These have been on the needles for a year. These are my Vampire Kiss socks. And it's Fiber Nymph in the bounce base. So the toes are done. And the heels are done. So, and they pretty much match up. The toes got a little off. It has a little bit. That's going to be in the shoe. Nobody's going to see it. And then the two, that looks really bad. They pretty much matched up. So, yeah. Yay.
You a perfectionist?
No, I'm not. Otherwise, I would have ripped that out.
Yeah.
Which I considered it, but I wanted them off the needles. But this is did I say Fiber Nymph?
Yep.
Fiber Nymph Vampire Kiss, size 1s. My socks are always on size 1, 2.25 millimeters. So, yep. Yay.
Good
Hey!
job. Hey.
I'll have Valentine's socks. Valentine.
Yes, you will.
I could wear them for Valentine's too.
Or you could wear it for Halloween,
Halloween,
too.
that's what I was thinking. The whole
Yeah, you
of
get
the
the vampire for
and
Halloween and the kiss for Valentine's. Look at that.
good, honey. Yay. So, that's one.
There's something for everybody
FO.
just in one pair of socks.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
So, then I did, because the Stockinette Zombies are having a We Belong, and which is Amy Spindler, which is Jay Nitma. Pattern, and so I casted this on, and I had to do that. It's trouble here. And this is done out of the Jelly Bean colorway and pink. I think it was just called pink. And this is Dancing Dog Dye Works in the Waltz Worsted. And here's my weeb. This is Gimbals the Weeb, because Gimbals are the jelly beans that I can eat. And these are actually buttons. And when I sewed them on, they were like flip-floppy because it's just, what's that little thing on the back of it?
Oh, the where you stitch your button on.
Yeah, so it's stuck out, and I didn't like them floppy. So I got the same crafter's glue stuff that I glued the mouth on, and I put glue on the back of the eyeballs, and I got his big wood clamps out of the garage, and I clamped its eyes down. So these eyeballs are not going anywhere. But she's wearing a pink sweater for Pinktober, too.
And you had a hard time photographing it because you couldn't get it to lay down.
Yeah, because Weeble Wobbles, they don't fall down.
Because it's full of
yeah, it's
beans.
full of beans. I put beans in the butt, so super great, fun pattern. I mean, it was...
You got that done really quick.
I would have got it done quicker if I would have just worked on it, but I was doing other projects. But it's so cute. It's such a happy weeb.
Yeah, but you started that a couple days ago and you had it all done.
Yeah. So, yep, super fun. And she's chunky. So that's all the jelly beans she's been eating. And I was telling Mostly, I think it was Mostly Munchies, telling somebody in the Dancing Dog group, I'm pretty sure it was Melissa, but that I stuffed it with beans, that it was kind of heavy. And she said she stuffed hers with those marbles that you put in.
Oh, the glass marbles?
The glass marbles that you put in, like, for flower arranging, those things. I thought, that's another great idea. That had to be one heavy weeb, though, man. That could be a weapon. Just chunk it at somebody. But I had considered on using rice, too, because I didn't know if I had any more beans left. So I was just trying to think of different things that you could actually use to, stuff the butts of different toys to give them some stability, so...
Anything heavier than the filling, the fiber fill?
Yeah, and I was really picky about that. I made sure there was the fiber fill made like a bowl for the
because I didn't.
Yeah, I'm really picky when I stuff because I can't stand any kind of lump or pocket. Where I take quite a long time getting the fiber fill in these things. So. Yay.
Cool.
That was 2 FOs. I also did I heard a crunch, a hat for the Knittin' in the Sun. Yes, there I go off my notes again. Knittin' in the Sun podcast, which is Elizabeth Quinton. And this is for the Hats for Troops, which I need to get this off in the mail tomorrow because I think it's done by October 31st. So I wanted to get a hat done for her, and this is in the Desert Army-ish colors. So, and I also did another one of these in black and gray, and I sent 2 of those that look like that to Silly Through this week. I I wanted to hurry and get it to her because I want her grandma to see all these hats, as soon as possible. So I didn't keep it. I just mailed them off. So, and then I mailed off one to Sock Bunny for her homeless Pinellas Hope drive too. So, because that also ends at the end of the month. So, and I still need to do one more for another charity that I'll mention when it's actually in my notes. So that was technically 2 more. So that's 4 FOs. Mm-hmm. But the one that is finally off the needles.
I'm looking at the table going, I don't see anything else.
My hope is off the needles. This will go where I don't have to look at it for a while.
Well, you've only had to redo this, I don't know how many different times.
Well, half of the, hold it back up. I frogged from here up and redid it.
Yeah.
So, and then another thing is on the edging, I didn't have enough yarn to do the 2 rows with the beaded bind off. And I started just putting the beads on. I didn't like the beads, so I backed it all out and I just ended it on the Indian cross stitch, which gives it a lacy edge. Yeah, I didn't like it with the beads either, so then it got frogged again on that part, and this is huge. It used the whole 463 of the...
But you wouldn't have had enough
fiber sprouts
to do the entire pattern.
No, it didn't.
You had more yardage than the pattern called for, but you wouldn't have been able to even.
Yeah, I should check the gauge since it's done. But and I had Camille, which is Stitcher 918, who she has a sweet little Chihuahua named Monkey on her Ravatar. She's so sweet. She said, she had a couple skeins of this exact yarn, that, I could have got from her. But when I needed only so little, I just wanted it done. I really just wanted this done. And I'm like, this is getting off the needles this week, come heck or high water. But yeah, it's a fun pattern, even though it gave me a fit. I like the, even Brookie likes, because she got to see it in person, the Indian cross stitch here, so.
Yeah, your gauge may be different than the designer because I know when you did it as it was called out in the pattern, it was a lot looser. It wasn't very clean, so maybe she's a real tight knitter.
Yeah, she must be.
And that's why she was able to do it with the yardage that she was calling out as well. So
yeah, but it's really pretty. It's Laura Linneman. I love her patterns, so it wasn't that. It was my my error. So yeah, it's pretty. It goes good with my pink. And the yarn was gifted by Sock Bunny for my birthday. It's birthday bougainvillea. Thank God I don't have to say bougainvillea again. So yeah, it turned out really pretty. I don't think I would have liked the beads anyways. I'm just not a beady.
Yeah, you've never. I wonder how you'll like your Even Star. What's wrong?
I don't know. I would probably only wear it when we renew our vows in the future. Or I may have you do a big, huge shadow box and we can just put it on the wall.
Yeah. Fill up one of our walls with your Even Star when you get there.
So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 FOs.
You've been busy.
It's the FO week. That's could be taken different time. So no to market.
No?
No, I've been good. I haven't bought nothing.
Oh yeah, I guess you showed that last week.
Oh.
Your
my cognitive
stripey
stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
now when she gets to dying, I'll have to market.
Yep.
Honda's our Vista. Like you got all the time in the
we
world.
didn't get anything other than, we didn't, been a quiet week.
Yeah.
Recovery week.
Recovery, yeah. So, squeal like a pig this week. Let's see. I'm going to show these first because I keep bumping them. Carolyn of the Girlfriends Knitting Podcast sent us stickers. And if you're at Rhinebeck and you hunt her down, she'll give you one. And they're so cute. It's, don't you wish your girlfriend could knit like me? Nope, Carolyn, I dropped you on your head. So, they're so cute. I'm going to transform it into a button, though. So.
And you put it on your podcaster button.
Yeah. So, just put it in our button machine and smash you down, Carolyn. So thank you, Carolyn. That was like the only thing that day I got in the mail. Jimmy brought in the envelope, and I'm like, that's it? Just an envelope? You know, I thought it was a bill. But it was Carolyn's beautiful face staring at me. And then, the next day I got, I was one of the, I think it was for their podcaster-versary. Podiversary, thank you. Of the Knit One Heart 2 podcast, and I won a prize, which is Play at Life Fiber Arts. And it's the Pounce Shawl Maki 100% BFL Loud and Proud. Look how pretty this is.
Colorful.
Mm-hmm. It's really soft, too. And then Wendy and Sheila, the Knit One Heart 2 podcast, sent their little button, so I can go stick that on my button monster. So that was cool. And then the next day, I got a package from Sock Bunny, and I'm like, what's she sending? I'm like, oh, did I order something?
Not remembering.
And she sent me a whole bag of minis. And Kimberly is so awesome. I thought she is so like me. She went and labeled each mini of what it is. Because I do sit there and write down. I have a whole little sheet for each square on my blanket I write down what it is. And yeah. She's Sock Bunny for a reason. Look at all these. I mean, that's just tons of them. I mean, they're just so pretty.
Here, we'll do it like that.
Well, I wanted to show some of them. They're just so... Look how pretty she has them all.
There, we'll just...
Ooh, I didn't see the bumblebee. So, yep. That was fun. I really like this twisted, 3-use twisted in fiber. That's so pretty. My colors. And then also in there was Candy and one of her podcast pins, which I was really excited. So that gets to go on my button monster.
Pretty awesome.
I got to get cracking on that sock blanket. I haven't touched it in a while because I've been really trying to crank out the finish of it.
It started back on that again, and
see, everything gets shoved on this side.
I get the collection.
Yep. So, picking on the farm?
No picking on the farm. The photographer's been out ill, so no tips. Maybe next week.
Well, you're gonna be busy next weekend.
Yeah, I'm always busy. Imagine that.
I couldn't think of the sound that they make. So.
Oh, the goat.
Yeah, what sound does a goat make?
I don't know. We'll find out next week because we'll probably be getting our Angora goats next week. Talked to the goat people today. We're gonna go get them next Sunday.
Yep.
So I still have to weld up a gate. That's the last little bit I need to do on their pen, and then also get a shader for them because they can't get in the rain. So,
Yeah.
so it's my Friday, next Friday is going to be
Busy.
getting ready for the goats.
Were you done? I just want to interrupt you. Sure.
I guess I'm done here.
I haven't done the fall reading. I'm going to say summer reading again. And now I don't even remember what these were about because they've been sitting here forever. But the author is Heidi Betts. They're just little fiction. I told you, if it's fiction and it mentions knitting, I buy it. So they're just little love stories, your average love story, girl meets boy, fall in love, but she knits. So this one's called Loves Me Not, K-N-O-T. Get it?
I think they did.
And then this one is Tangled Up in Love. So they're just cute little froofy, fluffy.
Entertaining light reading.
Yeah. So thought I'd throw that out there. And I know I got quite a y'all really liking the Maggie Sefton books, so just throw it out there. I didn't see the red light, and I'm like, are we not even recording this whole time?
This is our practice run.
Yeah.
No.
So, in the arena, I wanted to mention for our Harvest Cakewalk, I thought I would show the prize again. Besides a gift certificate from us, there's also your chance to win Cakewalk yarn, which is in the colorway Cakewalk. So it matches her label, and this is so pretty. Maybe I'll enter and win it. I'm just kidding. So it's 460 yards, and it is so soft and squishy.
460? You could do one of these?
No, you couldn't. So, also there's the, I already mentioned Sock Bunny. You guys got to get it done because she needs them by the 31st. The Pinellas Hopes hat scarves for men, homeless men. So get them done, get them entered in her group. There's Artist Maybe, which is Mary. She has the Canadian Kodiaks with the purpose that she's helping her daughter get knitwear, crochet for items for the homeless, which is my next homeless hat that I'm going to do. And so she needs those before December 1st. Silly Fru's still collecting hats until the end of November for her Grimm. And so she has all the information in her group as well as our group too, that we have the charity thread. And then Knit Nerd, which is Kathy, and Knitting Den, which is Denise, are doing the Pinktober, which my socks were the Pinktober.
And?
Which I also did. Because she's pink. She's got her Pinktober sweater. And you can also they're both knitting the Kimber Lawley of the Giving Flower podcast Awareness and Ribbons shawl, which I think I'm going to do it just in yellow when I knit it, just general cancer for that one. So I kind of decided that this morning when I was getting ready. But I wanted to, since it's Pinktober and we've been doing, mentioning them and the whole breast cancer, we want you to save your Hooters. Save the Hooters. We gotta save the Hooters, you guys. Self-breast exam. Go touch yourself. Save the Hooters. So, yeah. I didn't think he would actually wear it.
I don't know why she thinks I would be embarrassed by wearing a Hooters shirt. I like Hooters.
Then why are you turning red?
Huh? I turn red. That's my job.
Kathy Kathy91B on the Knit Nerd podcast mentioned about the that men do and can get breast cancer. So even for them to check. So on her last podcast, she goes through different statistics, how to do a self-breast exam on a man. So, even the men, you got to save their Hooters too. So yeah. So it's the Save the Hooter show.
Yeah.
So go touch yourself now. Get your little mammogram.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's important.
Yeah. And with that thought, we are Helen and Peter of the Knitting 365 podcast sent us each breast cancer stitch markers, and we are given one set and a set to give away. They're very beautiful. Packaged so nice. That's why I didn't take them out, because they were just so pretty. And there's the Hope ribbon. There's a yarn ball, ladybug, made with love. So, and they're pink for breast cancer awareness. And the winner of this goes to CL Linda. And we'd just like you guys to all keep Linda in your thoughts, and if you pray for prayers. And so Linda, get in touch with me and I'll get these off in the mail to you. So yay, they're really, really pretty. Mm-hmm. So thank you, Peter and Helen, for donating those and thinking of us and helping to get
Spread
the awareness
the
out for breast cancer. And so it was pretty cool seeing Peter on the podcast. So now we got a face to the name. So yeah. So they've got 2 episodes now, so go check them out.
Maybe he'll get in front of the camera a little more, because you said he didn't stay the whole time.
Yeah, he didn't stay the whole time. Hey, a little bit's it's a start.
Inch it in there. Pretty soon he'll be taking over the podcast. Huh?
Yeah. And he'll be wearing a Hooters shirt soon. I'm just kidding. So I think that about wraps it up.
I think so.
Yeah.
We've been pretty quiet today. I don't know why.
Not so funny.
Huh? I know. I'm sorry. Didn't bring my humor today. I'm still trying to get over my cold.
And you're still snotting.
Yeah. Still not 100%. Maybe by next week.
Yeah.
I'll be goating it up.
So, until next time,
let's get cracking
and hatch a knit. Bye,
y'all.